Here are the books I'm planning on reading in the month of April. Now, I am coming off one of the best reading months that I've had in quite a long time. So to say I'm nervous would be an understatement. I feel a little bit nervous going into this month because I don't think anything can compare to what I had last month. But anyways, here's my April TBR. First up, we have Pachinko by Min Jin Lee. From what I know, this follows multiple generations of a Korean family living in Japan. It's set in the early 1900s, so of course I absolutely love adding a historical fiction to my TBR. I have only heard incredible things about this book. People have said this is super emotional, very well written, and honestly just one of those stories that sticks with you for a very long time. So I feel like this is going to destroy me in the best way possible and hopefully set the tone for the rest of the month. But I'm very excited for this. Next we have a science fiction that's a little bit more speculative, and that is The Dream Hotel by Leila Lalami. I apologize if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. This one just sounds really interesting to me. I've been looking to expand a little bit more of the genres on my bookshelf. It's set in a world where people's dreams are monitored and judged, and things apparently just start to spiral from there. This book seems like it's going to be something that's like feels a little too close to reality, which is disturbing to me because right now I'm looking for books that really make me think, but also unsettle me at the same time. Why not? And speaking of unsettling, also on my list I have 1984 by George Orwell. I know, I'm pretty late to the party on this one, but after reading Red Rising and Project Hail Mary, I have been on such a sci-fi kick. So I want to start picking up more and more of the classics within that genre, or at least the greats that people talk about, and this seems to be one of them. And from what I understand, this is about a society that is under constant surveillance, again, a little too close to comfort, where privacy just basically doesn't exist and everything is controlled, which again sounds terrifying, or is it the reality that we live in right now? So I'm excited, but I'm also mentally preparing myself. Next we have a super exciting one because it was author mail, and this is Bloom in Blood by Ava Chase. Look at how cute this is. I'm so excited. She also gave me like cute little fan art of the characters, which is like so nice because there's so many times where I'm trying to picture characters in my head, but I can't because I don't want to look it up on TikTok or whatever, and then the whole plot and premise gets ruined or spoiled for me. So I love that this comes with fan art. And also like, okay. Oh, okay. I'm like so down for this. I love a tall, dark-haired, morally gray man, and I'm hoping that's what this is. Enjoy the book, Ava! Look at how cute this is. Ooh, cute little bookmark. I need to start collecting all these bookmarks. They're so fun. So yes, thank you Ava for sending me this book. I'm really excited to dive into this. I will also be doing the audiobook for this because I am an immersive reader where I read while I listen, so I'll let you guys know how the audiobook goes for this as well. From what I know about this is a why choose urban fantasy. It's an underdog heroine story, and of course, you know we love a female underdog. But she gets dragged into an alternate reality where the other version of herself is rich. Okay, that seems fun. Well, no, she's privileged and now she's... so maybe not that fun. She essentially needs to solve her own while also avoiding the men who don't know that they're her fated mates. That seems tough. Before she ruins their lives all over again? Question mark? Yeah, I'm really excited for this one. Next, of course, I will be rereading Shield of Sparrows in preparation for Rites of the Starling that's coming out next week. I'm so excited. This was one of my favorite fantasy reads last year. I love the writing, I love the world, I love the characters. I didn't fully commit to putting it into my all-time favorites yet because I am waiting for the second book until I feel like I can stamp it into approval. And that's because I feel like it's so hard to judge a series just based off the first book. There were a couple things within the first book where I was like, okay, let's see where this goes. But overall, I was absolutely obsessed with this book and I cannot wait for the second book to come out next week. And I'm rereading this because I just really want everything top of mind so that when I read Rites of the Starling, I know exactly what's going on, or at least as much as I can with the given information that I have. Also on my list, I have All Good People Here by Ashley Flowers. This is a thriller/mystery. I am trying to incorporate more thrillers and mysteries throughout my reading routine because I do think that thrillers are a really good way to keep me out of a book slump. They're typically more fast-paced, and also I just want to expand my horizons within the genre. I've never read anything by this author before. All I know about this book is that it deals with a small town, secrets, and things from the past resurfacing, which is always a formula for a good setup. I'm going in with cautious optimism because most of the thrillers that I've read recently have been pretty mid. And speaking of mid thrillers, I am going to read another Freida McFadden book, Want to Know a Secret. I'm not trying to hate on Freida McFadden. It's just most of the recent books she's written, I've been having a hard time with them, and I do really like her work. So I'm going to go into this with zero, very little, very, very, very low expectations and hope and pray that my Freida is back because I've just been having a hard time with her lately and it makes me so sad. So we'll see if this one redeems things for me. But honestly, even if it's a flop, I'll probably still continue reading Freida McFadden books because they are pretty fast-paced. But I think I need to find a new auto-buy thriller author, if not. Also on my list, I have Conform by Ariel Sullivan. It's been such a long time since I've read a dystopian series and none of them have really hit. So I needed to take some space away from dystopian in general. However, I've been craving it again and I've heard nothing but great things about this. From what I know, Conform is set in a controlled society where people have to follow very, very, very strict rules. And of course, apparently someone starts questioning everything. Thank God. And the best part is that the next book within this world has just come out and it's actually a prequel called Beneath. So I'm really excited because I am the type of person, whenever I pick up a series, I really do prefer when at least 2 books are out. So I'm really hoping that I like the first one and don't regret buying the second one without having read the first one. But we'll see. Anyways, these are the books I'm planning on reading this month. I do think it's a little ambitious. However, I don't have much going on in April, so just this and a little bit of wedding planning, which is starting to get a little stressful. But other than that, I I think this is doable. Wish me luck, toodaloo.